Hello and welcome to this webinar. My name is Jeremy Miranda and today we are going to show you how to open a Beas Work order from a report. To create this configuration, I have to mention that of course we don't only have to include the add-on Beas in this requirement. For this scenario, we're going to use also another of the Boyum products that it's called B1 Usability Package. What is the main scenario? Why are we creating this configuration? Well, in some cases, we have customers that have VAS and they have their own queries, their custom queries. Maybe they created with the help of the consultants. Maybe we from Boyum IT participate during the implementation and leave some queries as well. Maybe we share a dashboard or something. And those queries, what happened? Well, they want to add it into the main menu, not only like a crystal report, not only like an access in a Beas menu. We also want to include it into the main menu inside the standard SAP Business One menu, for example, I don't know, under the sales, under production, any menu we want, and we want to add this custom query. And also we would like to have the access to this information. Imagine you have a report, you have a query that includes the information about the work orders or maybe information about the items, the item structure, and you want this item to be opened directly from the menu. Well, this menu, this report, we can add it, we can use it, and we can include it in any menu that we want. For example, here in the requirement, okay, if I want my Beas report, and I also want the report to be available to open it, to modify the structure, not only like a single query. This is custom made, and of course, we would like to add some features to it. So let's start. What do we need to create this configuration? Well, first of all, we need to create the SQL query, of course. This SQL query, well, you can use, I don't know, any tool you want. Maybe you want to use the query generator from SAP. As you know, we have documentations to know a little bit about the tables of the Beas tables, or so you can obtain. There's a way also to obtain information from a field to get the name and everything. This, of course, we will explain you in another session. And after we have the query, well, then we will add a menu where we want it, for example, under the production tab in the main menu. And then to that menu, we are going to add something we call universal function. A universal function in B1 Usability Package, well, for those who are new to this horizontal add-on, well, a universal function is an action that you can create, that you can execute in SAP Business One. You can execute it from a report, from an access to a button, from a main menu, from a double-click event, or any other access that you want. Or it's something that we can say, okay, let's execute a macro, let's open an access. Well, we have different types of universal functions. The one that we are going to show today is SQL. Also, we would like this report not only to create a universal function, not only to display the information, because to display the information, well, if I use the query manager, it is a plain query. I mean, of course I will get the information that I need, but maybe I need a total. Maybe I need an access. Maybe I need the line number. Maybe I need to order it in a different way. Maybe I want to group the information. Well, this kind of configuration for the visualization, we can also do it with the universal function. Okay, so let's start with the example. I already created, because as you know, sometimes it takes a little bit of time, and we like to create short webinars. I already have a query that I'll be glad to share with you. I put it on the screen because I know maybe you want to have a screenshot, or maybe when we upload it into the YouTube channel, well, you would like to take a screenshot and use this query for you as well. This is a basic report with some tables. Also the columns already have an alias name, so you can identify it more in a more easier way. But for example, this is the work order number, the position, the operation position, the resource name. We have some different columns that can be used in different reports and different visualization. So I already have this report. I'm gonna copy the information, and I'm going to jump into my SAP Business One demo database. I already have the two add-ons installed. If I go to add-ons, add-on manager, as you can see, I have Beas running, and I also have B1 usability package. I need to install it with the options, because you can select the different models that you're going to use. Remember, I need to use the universal function, so this is a configuration that you need to install during the setup of this add-on. Also the add and edit menus. Okay, these are like the mandatory things that you need to install with B1 usability package. I already have both add-ons, so what I'm gonna do is if I do a right click in the main menu, I have the another options. You will see B1 usability package, add right click menu to this window, but the option that we are going to use is add and edit menus. Of course, I'm the manager. I can set up to do this automatically without this authorization, but for demo purposes, I have it enabled. Maybe because we don't have all the users, we don't want all the users to be able to change the configuration or the features we have in SAP. So you can ask for a password. So this is the new add and edit menus window. We change it for those who are familiar with the B1 usability package. We redesigned entirely this menu or this model to make it more easy to the users to create it, to edit. For example, if I want to change this delivery name, anything, all the things that I need to do is just to type it. Of course, the description will be here, and we have purchasing, tools, window. I mean, we have more options available to change. If we compare, for example, with the SAP Business One standard feature to change the name of the model. So only a few marketing models are included, but here, as you can see, also human resources, reports, tools, windows, help, we can edit and change. So I'm gonna add under the production model, I'm gonna add a new menu. So what I need to do is to drag, and as you can see, it's very, very difficult. So I can say, okay, here under production, I have a new menu. I add a name. Okay, so I can also select which users are going to see this model. For example, AJ is in this session. AJ, I only want you to be to open or to be able to see this report under this production model. Well, I can click over here and select the users or the users group that I want. In this case, I'm gonna leave it empty, so all the users will see this menu option. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to create, of course, I have an authorization to create a new universal function. So this is the B1UP window. This is a universal function configuration window, and we have different types of universal function. If you want more information about the different options, for example, the dashboard model to create an activity or to create a message, we have a lot of YouTube videos available in our channel. But right now I'm going to select SQL report. So the window changes according to the type of universal function that I select. In this case, I'm gonna create a name. Here it is. Here's the name of the universal function. What I suggest is you add names that are very simple to remember. That helps the users or the other window or the other IT persons, if they open the universal functions with the name, it will be easy for them to identify what is this function for. Not only like a name like webinar. So which webinar, which universal function is this one, okay? So, okay, I know this is an SQL report from Beas webinar, okay? So I'm gonna add a title. This is my title for the window. I can set up a default width and height for the window when I open it. If the state is normal, or I can say, okay, let's open it, maximize or minimize in the case we need it. And we want this report to be a grid, not a chart. Also, this chart functionality, we can analyze it in another webinars. So let's paste this query. I actually, in some cases, the people ask me, hey Jeremy, what are the limitations for this SQL window, for this SQL universal function type? Well, if you can run it, if you can execute it, like here in my query generator, let's say, okay, I'm gonna test it. I want to make sure that it works. Okay, here it is. Yes, I have results. I don't have any error messages. Then if it works there, it will work here in the universal function. So I'm not gonna do anything. Let's work with the format in a few minutes. I just want you to see how easy it is to take a query, add a new menu, add a new universal function. If I click on OK, here now under production, here is my best example report. So it takes only a minute to take the query, add the menu, add the universal function, and that's it. But you're going to say, okay, Jeremy, where is the access? You mentioned it in this webinar that we're going to learn how to open a work order from a report. Well, the report is ready. A very plain report with no format, with no layout or anything. Well, I'm going to start editing the format. I'm going to do a right click over here and edit this SQL report configuration. I can also open the add and edit menu module and open it from there, but it's easier to execute the report and do a right click and open the configuration. So let's do it. I have my user and password over here. And let's start working with the format. I want to show the line numbers only with this checkbox, and I also had it already by default the banded row color. This is why I see the lines like in a different tone of gray. If I execute the report again, as long as I save the configuration, I don't need to close the universal function and execute it again. I can just see my updated and see my changes. So here it is, the work order. I also want the first 3 columns to be fixed. What is this value or this configuration for this setup? Well, if it's a very long report with a lot of columns like mine, sorry, I opened the wrong report. Here it is. Even if I move to the right, you will see how easy it is to have the work order always available, like in Excel. You know, like when you freeze, this fixed column count is because the first 1, 2, 3, the first 3 columns I mentioned, and I told the system not to move them. Another thing that you can change is, for example, I create work orders like crazy and I want my report to be available a long time or have the window open all the time. Well, you can add a refresh button because you want to update it anytime you want without closing and opening the report again. Or also you can add an auto refresh. But this option it's for the dashboard model that I'm going to mention it, but we will explain it in another webinar. So let's go to the point, the main point of this webinar. Here, if I click on wizard, I have the SQL report column formatting wizard. Imagine that I don't have the alias here in my query, and it's going to return the German name for that field, for example. I don't want the users to see that name. I want the users to see the information that is familiar for them. So I can come here, even if I have an alias, maybe I don't like it and I want to add the format here. So the column number it's the line number that we're gonna see over here. So for example, the work order position is the line number 2 here, in this is the column number of the report. So this is like the work order. Let's change it like this so you can see how we can edit. And here we have a column named golden arrow type. So imagine we have different reports with different type of information. For example, I'm using this functionality not only for Beas report, also for part of business one tables, for example, the deliveries, for example, maybe the goods issues, because I have maybe a work order, but I also want the system to show me all the good issues that I have done for this work order, and I want the access to the goods issue that it's created in SAP Business One. Well, I can also create the shortcut. But in this case, this column has the work order number. So we already integrated 4 columns. The item master data, the work order bill of materials, and the work order position. So I'm going to create the work order. I'm going to select the work order option. Okay. I'm going to update it. Okay, as you can see, the format adds automatically like the syntax we need, but of course we have a user-friendly window. Clicking this button, if I click on update, close my report, here's my work. Keep opening, sorry, the work orders, the Beas example report, and now as you can see, there's a link. There is this golden arrow that we normally add in Business One. Because we have this option available, we can create the golden arrows all over Business One using B1 usability package, of course, and we have this feature included in this universal function. So if I click it, then you will see the the work orders window with only the work order that I click, and of course I can open this work order directly with more information. I can also see more information. Okay, this is we have a delivery date, we have the components, we have the operations, and everything. So as you can see, it is really easy to create these shortcuts, to create these golden arrows directly into the reports. I mean, we have more columns available, like the operation position. If I want, I can also add it to the position if it's available, and so on. What else can we do in this wizard? Not only to create a shortcut, but also add a search field, and also, I don't know, the operation time, or maybe the start date. It is column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. The column number 7, I want this right justified, or imagine if I have a quantity field over here where I don't have it, but imagine, just for an example, that I want to sum a column, I can select this option. Maybe we want to edit this information for some reason before we want to export it to Excel. We can also enable this column to be available only in the report. It doesn't mean that it's going to change the information in SAP Business One. Okay, so I can click on update, and if I keep opening my report, you will see some changes. Okay, or maybe I have a huge report and I'm searching for the work order number 31. Here it is, and I can find it in a very easy way using this configuration. I don't know if I selected the correct column. No, I don't have a position yet created. That's why I got an error message. But remember, all these configurations are available, and we are going to keep improving the access. For example, the item code is already ready if you want to open the item structure, the extended information for this item using the Beas shortcut. of you, if you want to open the default SAP Business One window, you can also do it. But again, remember, you can take any query that you have. It doesn't matter if it uses the standard Business One tables, user-defined objects, user-defined tables, user-defined fields, or Beas tables. Well, you can create your queries in a very easy way and add them into the main menu with the shortcuts that you need. Something that I'm going to mention in this webinar, by the way, I took this query. It was provided by my excellent co-worker, Lucas. He's a DBS expert, and he shared this query because he created a dashboard, for example. So remember, not only access to reports is the thing that we can create here with B1 Usability Package. Maybe I'm going to create with this query an access and a report only for AJ because he's an operator and I want him to be monitoring the information. But maybe for the production planners or some managers, they want to see the status of their work orders. Well, this exact same query was used to create a dashboard using a B1 usability package with the dashboard model. It's only a matter of taking the query, paste it in the dashboard configuration and drag the information or the components that you want to edit. Like here, okay, I want a single table. Well, I drag it here and I order the columns that I want to see. I also drag and drop this component and I added, okay, here with the current month, I'm going to add the status as the thing that I want this graphic to analyze. So this is why I get some information. And remember that using B1 Usability Package and the dashboard model, for example, this dashboard, this information, I can use B1UP to send this through email automatically, like on a schedule. Maybe Daniela, that is also in the audience, maybe Daniela wants to receive this report in her email every day at, I don't know, 7 a.m. in the morning. So when she arrives at 7:30 to the office, she will have the information available without opening Business One, or if she wants to open it in her mobile phone or in her tablet, laptop, anything, without opening Business One. This is an attachment with a PDF and or an image. These are the two options available to send this information. Even if she's not a Business One user, maybe we have, I don't know, the CEO is in another country and they don't open Business One at all. They don't have a Business One license. Well, you can use also this dashboard model to create your own Beas dashboard as well, so they can receive this information automatically to their email. So before we finish, do you have questions? I don't think we have questions. Remember, if you are consultants and if you work for a partner, you can contact us directly. For those who are end customers, you can always contact your partner. We also have a community where you can post questions, when you can view these resources, these trainings. You can see this, you will find this webinar later on YouTube. There are also very nice webinars, like one of our co-worker Daniela created for the maintenance model. So another webinars for B1 Usability Package. There are 19 videos explaining how to create dashboards, very cool dashboards, not only this one that I just showed you. So remember to look for information. If you cannot find it, ask us, so we will be glad to share it. Thank you for joining and enjoy, and I hope you enjoyed this webinar.